What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving in straight to the video and talk about Dream Machine, an AI tool that creates not only just amazing images but also videos. It's probably the best AI tool out there that I came across that generates high resolution videos, but how good is it really? And more importantly, can we use it for interior design projects? Hi, I'm Mia, and if you're new here, I work as an interior designer in London, and I've been testing with this Dream Machine AI tool for a while now, and honestly the result has been pretty amazing. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly how Dream Machine works, step-by-step guide to creating concept images to turning them into a video, adding camera motions, and how to use Dream Machine to push our creative boundaries as a designer. Let's get into it. So Dream Machine is this really cool generative AI tool that lets you create super realistic, high quality videos just from a simple text. You just type in what you want in the chat box and it instantly starts generating both images and videos. You can endlessly keep producing until you're happy, and it's really fast, like really fast. It's all powered by something called Ray 2, which is a next-gen video generation model. It's designed to handle smooth motion, insane levels of detail, and even make sure the scenes actually make sense in order. You can use it for anything from cinematic shots to full-on animations. For example, I'm an interior designer and I've used it to turn still images into moving visuals, which is honestly a game changer. Whether you're a designer, filmmaker, storyteller, or even just someone who loves experimenting with creative stuff, I feel like Dream Machine is seriously worth trying, and I'm so excited today to share with you how you can get it started. So once you log into the app, this is the main home page that you will see. On the first page, you basically have all your projects categorized into these boards, super organized and clean layout. Then you move on to the next tab, and this is where you see all your images that you've created within that project. So you see everything in one go. Obviously, you can filter through videos and images, and you can also make a favorites here as you see on the heart mark. And then over here, you can basically change the image size that you want to see. The next one is where you can edit your own image and bring it in. I'll show that to you later. And then if you go down here, you can basically learn how to use Dream Machine. And there's a website that you can kind of follow, or you can go to the YouTube channel for their tutorials and you can follow step by step on how you can get started. To get started, you simply click on this plus sign on your home page, and once you're in here, you could actually use one of these example prompts that Dream Machine give you at the beginning to get started, or you can jump straight into making your own prompts. Today, I know what I want to create, which is an interior design concept image for maybe a luxury apartment living room. So I'm going straight into the prompt, but before we do that, I want to show you my mood board and what kind of thing I want to create. So I created this mood board for this project, and I want to create something like this very high-end, luxurious apartment living room which has French neoclassic ceiling details. I also love this elegant lounge setting with curved sofa in green velvet, and I love this feature chandelier in the middle. I also think I could have some kind of kitchen and island made out of marble, which looks super cool. And I guess overall I want quite neutral and very white palette, but I guess having some color accent to the sofa and black details to the lighting. Having this visual direction is super important when you prompt, so let's see how Dream Machine can create an image now. So when you write a prompt on AI model for interior design images, we have learned from Midjourney that you need a structured and descriptive prompt, and this is the formula. And by the way, if you want to check out the Midjourney tutorial video, I'll link on the top of this video where you can learn how to talk to AI in more details, but you basically want to start by describing the style of the image. So this is, for example, a photography, hand sketch, cartoon, or in our case for interior design, a high resolution render image or editorial style photo works really well. Then you want to describe the room type and design style, and then some kind of featuring key elements with lighting, lighting, and what kind of furniture that you want. Then you want to describe the color scheme or like textile, fabrics or materiality. And then you want to add additional details, whatever you want to see in the photo. And then you could also describe camera angles, perspective, and also what kind of light you want. So either like a daytime or nighttime, what kind of studio light do you want to have? All those details are very helpful. So with this in mind, I'm actually going to use ChatGPT to help me prompt this better. So I've asked, could you help me prompt better for Luma AI Dream Machine to create similar interior to the image below? And I'm basically going to drag the image from Pinterest that I like, drop it in here, and then enter, and then see what comes out with. And I'm gonna let ChatGPT do its own thing, and then I'm generally happy with what it says here, so I'm just going to copy and paste everything, and then we can modify a few bits in the actual chat box. So once I paste the prompt into the chat box, I'm going to change the few bits from here. For example, I don't really need this neutral toned paneling and a sophisticated blend of classic and modern furniture bits, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to change black stone coffee table to marble coffee table. I'm going to delete gray gradient tones from the rug, and also going to remove a modern glass and black metal partition separates a stylish dining area. I don't really need that, so I'm going to change to wooden dining table and 8 dining chairs. It's also a good idea to write down where you want to see glass or like walls. So I'm going to write on the right hand side, I want to see the window. And lastly, I want to delete the last line where it says about the mood is cozy, but instead I want to add a kitchen to the image. So I'm just going back to the Pinterest board and bringing this image to ChatGPT and ask to create a prompt that describes this design. Copy the bits that you like to use and then bring it back to the Dream Machine. Now we're ready for the prompts, but before we hit enter, this star mark actually lets you select a lot of like keywords for describing the prompt. So you can always use this to enhance your prompt. This camera and loop mark is for creating videos, and then over here you want to make sure you select the images for this, and then I'm going to select 16:9 for the landscape effect. Select the quality, and I'm not sure, to be honest, this photo and what it means, but there's only one option. And now let's hit the enter and see what kind of images Dream Machine creates. So the image rendering speed is super fast here, and Dream Machine always creates with 4 images. As you can see, the quality of image is super high res, and as my quotes, it has this feature curved sofa in the middle, neoclassic ceiling details, marble coffee table, and a window to the right hand side, which is quite what I had in mind. And if you go back to the prompt, you can see that like some of the text is circled, and these actually gives you alternative options. Dream Machine already gives you like what you could do instead, and this is a great tool to kind of like play around with it and see what alternative design you could create. I'm gonna give a try and change the sofa to blue and see how that's going to look. As you can see, it created with 4 different options again. It kept a similar spatial layout and design look and feel. It has the similar boucle white lounge chair with black marble coffee table. We still have a large window to the right hand side and similar pendant lights. I have noticed Dream Machine is not good at keeping the same image you've worked. Even if you wanted to change one element, it's never exactly the same image, but it's definitely so useful in early stages of design to gather inspiration and play with your idea. So there's a few more things you can do with this image. So modify lets you actually amend and change this image as you wish. Make a video is straightforward. You can make a video. References, you can bring in some image that you like and kind of reference to the style you like, and more like this creates more version of similar images that you have now. Reframes changes the size of the image, so straightforward again, but let's go and play with more like this. So as you can see, it created very similar image to before with similar lounge chairs, similar like sofa, lighting, and similar materiality, but they've played around with what's on the background, for example. The kitchen, walls, and ceilings are slightly different to one another, and you can make variations until you're happy. Another thing you could play around with is this like brainstorm section, so let's click on that. And basically, this Dream Machine actually gives you some ideas on what you could do, so this is also quite interesting. When when you're just in a stage experimenting with your ideas, like it just gives you prompts that you actually didn't think about. So let's try and borrow this idea of textual sophistication. I'm going to click that. You actually have to drag your image and what you want to reference to. So I'm just going to drag this image and hit enter, and let's see what it comes out with. So it gives another 4 options. It's very similar image to before, but I guess this is another way you could experiment and refine your image. And now I'm going to show you the modify tool and actually change the specific parts of the area. So you go and click this modify icon, and I'm just going to type add kitchen area and island made out of light marble to the left side of the lounge area, because that's what I wanted, but I didn't really see that on this image. And then I want to also change the rug to something that looks like my mood board image. So it's this rug, cream kind of textured rug with like black lines. So I'm going to type that in. And then I also want to change the dining chair texture to like light pink. So I'm going to type that in and hit enter. So now let's have a look what it came up with. So I guess the rug has changed, which is quite cool. So this is what I wanted with like a black line. It has like the kitchen on the left hand side, which is also cool. And then the chair has also changed to nude pink. So I guess this is kind of what I had in mind. So it's very cool to see that Dream Machine has captured that. I really like the image, but I guess the molding on the walls are quite heavy, so I want to remove that. And you can keep just typing and ask the changes as you wish. And this time I'm gonna add an artwork just behind the dining table, and you can keep adding the layers. So now it has less molding on the wall, and it added this artwork just behind the dining table. So I guess the more and more you keep talking to the Dream Machine, it gives more refined image quality. And the more you ask the details, like it creates a little bit more to what you're looking for. Just to show you another example, I've asked to change the coffee table to like more like a rectangular block marble table. And this is what it created. So you can change specific item. It's never just the same image repetitively, which is a shame, but it does give you a sense of like idea what it could look like. And I really do think it's a great tool for designers for inspiration. I basically went on and kept changing and refining the textures and fabrics, color tones of the artwork and the lounge chairs. And this is the final images that I came up with. I think I'm really happy with this image, for example. So now I'm going to show you how to make a video. So to do that, I'm just going to click over make videos, and you want to click onto this star sign, which gives you all the prompts for making a video, which is so helpful. So I'm just going to select wide shot, ground level, and then photorealistic style. And then when you hover over to the camera mark, this is where you can choose how the camera should move on your video, which is so crazy. I'm going to choose the one that's called orbit right, and let's see what it comes out with. The rendering process is super fast, and within like 2 minutes, it created this fantastic animated video of the space that you've just created. That was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and felt inspired to experiment with Dream Machine. If you're ready to try this out yourself, I'll leave a link here below which gives you free access to get you started. So make sure to check this one out, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.